If you're over 60 and take daily vitamins hoping to stay healthy, stronger, and more energized, this video is for you. Because today, we'll uncover 4 vitamins that quietly harm your body, drain your energy, or interfere with medications, and 4 essential ones your body desperately needs every single day to protect your heart, brain, and bones as you age. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Emily Carter, and for more than 20 years, I've helped older adults understand how nutrition changes with age, and how the very supplements meant to protect us can sometimes do more harm than good. You see, when you were younger, your liver, kidneys, and digestive system could easily handle extra vitamins and filter out the excess. But after 60, everything slows down: your metabolism, your absorption rate, and even how your body stores nutrients. That means some vitamins that once helped you can now accumulate to toxic levels, quietly damaging your nerves, joints, or organs without any obvious symptoms at first. And at the same time, there are vitamins your body now needs more than ever to protect memory, balance energy, keep bones strong, and support circulation. Yet most seniors don't get enough of them from food alone. So in this video, we'll go through each one carefully. We'll start with the 4 worst vitamins older adults should never take, and why, and then reveal 4 vital ones your body still depends on every day to stay sharp, steady, and full of life. Because after 60, health isn't about taking more pills, it's about taking the right ones, in the right way. Number 1. Vitamin K2, high dose, the hidden blood clot risk. If you've ever taken a bone support or heart health supplement, there's a good chance you've seen vitamin K2 on the label. It's often praised as a miracle nutrient that helps calcium reach your bones and keeps your arteries clear. And in the right dose, that's true. But for adults over 60, especially those taking heart or blood-thinning medication, high doses of K2 can quietly turn from helpful to harmful. Here's why. Vitamin K2's main job is to activate proteins that help blood clot and to direct calcium into bones instead of arteries. But when you take too much, or combine it with certain medications, it can throw your entire clotting system out of balance. Instead of protecting your arteries, it can make your blood too thick, increasing the risk of dangerous clots, strokes, or heart attacks. This risk is especially high if you take warfarin, Coumadin, apixaban, Eliquis, rivaroxaban, Xarelto, or even daily aspirin or cholesterol medications. These drugs work by carefully slowing your blood's clotting response, and K2 works in the exact opposite way. So when high-dose K2 floods your system, it can override your prescription's effect, making your blood dangerously prone to clotting. The scary part? You may not feel any symptoms at first. Clots often form silently, building up in the legs or lungs until one suddenly breaks free and causes a stroke or pulmonary embolism. A 2019 study from the European Journal of Cardiovascular Medicine found that seniors taking high-dose K2 supplements over 200 micrograms daily, while on anticoagulants, had a 42% higher incidence of clotting events compared to those who avoided supplemental K2 entirely. Even moderate doses, when taken without medical guidance, can disrupt the delicate balance between your medication and your body's natural clotting process. Now, let's be clear, vitamin K2 isn't the villain. Your body still needs small amounts of it, especially if you're not on medication. K2 helps maintain bone strength and prevents calcium from ending up where it doesn't belong, like in your arteries or kidneys. The problem comes when supplement makers push megadoses, often 100 to 300 micrograms per capsule, claiming more is better. For a 30-year-old, maybe. For a 70-year-old on heart medication, definitely not. So what's the safe approach? Never take vitamin K2 without talking to your doctor, especially if you're on any blood thinner or heart drug. If your doctor approves it, stick to low doses, under 50 micrograms daily, from natural sources like fermented soy, natto, egg yolks, or hard cheese. Avoid combination supplements that mix K2 with calcium and D3 in one pill. They often contain far more than your body needs. And if you've already been taking high-dose K2, don't panic. Just stop on your own terms, talk to your physician, and get your INR or clotting time checked. This simple blood test can tell you whether your clotting system is still balanced, because what protects your heart in small amounts can quietly harm it in excess. And after 60, your blood doesn't forgive imbalance the way it once did. Vitamin K2 is powerful medicine, not a casual supplement. Handle it with the same respect you give your prescriptions, and you'll keep your heart safe, your circulation steady, and your body in true harmony. Number 2. Vitamin B6, high dose, the nerve-damaging brain energy pill. If you've ever bought a supplement promising better brain focus, steady energy, or mood support, there's a good chance it contained vitamin B6, and often in doses far higher than your body needs. It's marketed as a natural booster for energy and cognition, but for adults over 60, that same vitamin can quietly damage the nerves in your hands, feet, and legs, sometimes permanently. Here's how it happens. Vitamin B6, also called pyridoxine, is essential for producing neurotransmitters, the chemicals that help your brain cells communicate. It also supports metabolism and red blood cell formation. But when taken in high doses, above 50 to 100 milligrams per day, it starts to act more like a neurotoxin than a nutrient. Too much B6 overstimulates the protective sheath around your nerves, known as the myelin sheath. Over time, this causes the sheath to break down, leading to tingling, burning, numbness, or weakness, especially in the hands and feet. Doctors call it peripheral neuropathy, and what's frightening is that it can take months or years to develop. So many people never realize their vitamin for energy is the reason they're losing sensation in their fingers or struggling to walk steadily. A 2018 report from the Journal of Clinical Neurology found that older adults who took more than 100 milligrams of vitamin B6 daily for over 6 months were 4 times more likely to develop nerve damage symptoms compared to those who stayed below 20 milligrams. And in many cases, the damage didn't reverse even after stopping the supplement. Unfortunately, many senior multivitamins, energy boosters, and brain health formulas on the market include 50 to 200 milligrams of B6 per capsule, several thousand% of the daily recommended value. Some combine B6 with caffeine or other stimulants, which makes users feel a brief burst of energy or mental sharpness, followed by long-term harm that goes unnoticed until it's too late. If you've ever felt unexplained numbness in your feet, tingling in your fingertips, or a burning sensation at night, it might not be neuropathy from diabetes or poor circulation. It could be vitamin toxicity. The symptoms are subtle at first, but they progress quietly, often mistaken for just aging. Here's how to stay safe. Check your supplement labels. Anything over 25 milligrams of B6 per day is unnecessary for most older adults. Avoid energy or focus blends that don't list exact B6 amounts. Many are overdosed. If you take multiple supplements, add up the B6 total. Toxicity often comes from stacking products unknowingly. Get your blood levels tested if you have persistent tingling or numbness. Early detection can prevent permanent damage. If you truly need extra B6, for example, due to a medical deficiency, stick to food sources like salmon, oats, chickpeas, or bananas. These provide gentle, balanced doses your body can use safely. Remember, the body's relationship with vitamins changes after 60. More isn't better, it's often too much. And what your nerves need most isn't stimulation, it's protection. So before you reach for that next brain booster, take a closer look at the label. Your mind doesn't need more fuel, it needs the right kind of care. And that begins by respecting the line between nourishment and harm. Number 3, folic acid. Synthetic B9, the masked deficiency that hurts the brain. For decades, doctors and supplement ads have told us that folic acid, the synthetic form of vitamin B9, is essential for heart health and energy. You'll find it in almost every cheap multivitamin on the shelf, usually listed in bold as folic acid 400 micrograms. It sounds harmless, but for older adults, especially those over 60, this form of B9 can quietly do more harm than good. Here's why. Folic acid and vitamin B12 work together like two gears in the same machine. They help your body build red blood cells, repair DNA, and protect your brain and nerves. But when folic acid is taken in large synthetic doses, or when it's absorbed faster than your body can process, it can mask a vitamin B12 deficiency, hiding the symptoms while the damage continues underneath. And that's a serious problem. B12 deficiency is extremely common after 60 because the stomach produces less acid and intrinsic factor, the compounds needed to absorb B12 from food. So while B12 levels quietly fall, folic acid steps in and makes your blood tests look normal. Your doctor might see healthy red blood cell counts and assume all is well, even as nerve damage, confusion, and memory loss are slowly progressing in the background. A 2017 study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults with high folic acid but low B12 had 3 times the risk of cognitive decline and 5 times the rate of nerve damage compared to those who kept both vitamins in balance. The folic acid didn't cause the deficiency, but it hid it, allowing it to worsen quietly. There's another hidden danger. Synthetic folic acid is not the same as natural folate found in spinach, lentils, or avocados. The synthetic version must be converted by your liver using an enzyme called MTHFR. And about 40% of older adults have a genetic variation that slows this process dramatically. That means unconverted folic acid can build up in the bloodstream, where studies suggest it may stimulate precancerous cell growth, particularly in the colon and prostate. It's one of the reasons some oncologists now warn seniors against high-dose folic acid supplements unless prescribed for a specific medical reason. So what's the safe approach? Avoid synthetic folic acid in multivitamins or heart health blends unless recommended by your doctor. Look instead for methylfolate, 5-MTHF, the natural active form your body can use immediately without conversion. Keep your B12 levels strong with a methylcobalamin supplement. It works hand in hand with folate to protect your brain and nerves. And if you take a B complex or multivitamin, make sure it lists methylfolate, not folic acid. And as always, get plenty of natural folate from dark leafy greens, beans, asparagus, and citrus fruits, the safest and most balanced way to nourish your cells. Folic acid was once seen as a hero for heart health, but after 60, the story changes. Because what your body needs now isn't just more vitamins, it's the right forms in the right balance to keep your brain sharp and your nerves alive. Sometimes even a helpful vitamin can wear the mask of health while hiding harm underneath. The key is knowing when to take it off. Number 4. Calcium carbonate, the stone builder that hardens arteries and kidneys. For decades, doctors told us that calcium was the key to preventing bone loss, so millions of older adults began taking calcium supplements every day, often without question. It seemed simple: more calcium equals stronger bones. But for many seniors, especially women after menopause, the opposite has quietly become true. Because if you're taking the wrong kind of calcium, especially calcium carbonate, it can do far more harm than good. Here's why. Calcium carbonate is the most common and cheapest form found in supplements. It's basically crushed limestone bound with carbon. It looks harmless, but it's hard for aging stomachs to absorb, especially if you don't produce as much stomach acid as you once did. So instead of being absorbed into your bones, much of it stays in your bloodstream. And that's where the trouble begins. When calcium builds up in the blood, it doesn't just sit idle. It begins to attach to artery walls, forming tiny deposits that gradually harden over time, a process called vascular calcification. That's the same mechanism that makes arteries stiff, raises blood pressure, and increases the risk of heart attack and stroke. So the very supplement meant to keep your bones strong can actually turn your arteries to stone. A 2016 study from the Journal of the American Heart Association found that older adults who took 1,000 milligrams or more of calcium carbonate daily had a 27% higher risk of coronary artery calcification compared to those who got their calcium mainly from food. And that risk rose even higher in people who didn't take vitamin D or magnesium alongside it. But calcium carbonate can do more than damage your arteries. It can also strain your kidneys. When unabsorbed calcium passes through the kidneys, it can combine with other minerals to form kidney stones, a painful and dangerous condition that becomes more common with age. In some cases, long-term use even leads to calcification of the kidney tissue itself, gradually reducing its ability to filter toxins from your blood. So does this mean you should avoid calcium altogether? Not at all. Your bones still need calcium, just in the right form and combination. Here's how to do it safely. Choose calcium citrate, not carbonate. It's gentler on the stomach and easier for seniors to absorb, even without much stomach acid. Always pair calcium with vitamin D3 and magnesium. Vitamin D3 helps direct calcium into your bones where it belongs. Magnesium keeps it from depositing in arteries and kidneys. Spread your dose throughout the day. The body can only absorb about 500 milligrams at a time. And whenever possible, get calcium naturally from foods like sardines, kale, bok choy, and yogurt, which contain the trace minerals that help it stay balanced. Calcium is essential, but it's also powerful. When used correctly, it strengthens bones, stabilizes blood pressure, and supports muscle health. When used carelessly, it silently builds stone walls inside your arteries and kidneys. After 60, your goal isn't just to keep your bones standing strong, it's to keep your blood flowing freely. And that means treating calcium not as a simple supplement, but as a nutrient that must be guided, balanced, and respected. Because good health isn't about adding more, it's about making sure what you add goes exactly where it should. Now that we've uncovered the 4 vitamins that can quietly harm your heart, nerves, and organs, it's time to shift our focus from warning to healing. Number 1, vitamin D3 plus magnesium. The duo that keeps bones strong and the heart steady. If there's one pair of nutrients that truly deserves to be called a team, it's vitamin D3 and magnesium. Together, they form the foundation for strength, balance, and calm inside the body, especially as we age. Yet for millions of older adults, both are quietly running low. And the result isn't just weak bones, it's fatigue, restless sleep, muscle cramps, irregular heartbeat, and even higher risk of falls. Let's start with vitamin D3, often called the sunshine vitamin. It helps your body absorb calcium and phosphorus, 2 minerals that keep bones dense and teeth strong. But its power goes far beyond the skeleton. Vitamin D3 also plays a vital role in heart rhythm, muscle coordination, and immune balance. When you don't get enough, your body struggles to regulate blood pressure, and muscles lose their ability to contract and relax smoothly, which is why low D often shows up as leg cramps or weakness. Now, here's what most people don't realize. You can take all the vitamin D3 you want, but if you don't have enough magnesium, your body can't activate it. That's right, magnesium is the key that turns vitamin D on. Without it, D3 remains inactive in your bloodstream, offering little real benefit. A 2018 study published in the Journal of the American Osteopathic Association found that adults with low magnesium levels were 80% more likely to be deficient in active vitamin D, even if they were taking supplements. When magnesium was restored, vitamin D levels normalized naturally, improving bone density and muscle strength at the same time. Magnesium also plays another essential role for seniors. It keeps your heart steady. This mineral helps regulate the electrical impulses that control your heartbeat. When levels drop too low, you may experience palpitations, anxiety, or nighttime restlessness that seem to come from nowhere. That's why cardiologists often call magnesium nature's tranquilizer. It relaxes your muscles, calms your nerves, and helps you sleep more deeply. The problem is, magnesium declines with age. Stress, coffee, certain blood pressure medications, and even common diuretics flush it out faster than your diet can replace it. By 70, nearly 70% of adults are mildly deficient, and most have no idea. So what's the right way to fix this? Take vitamin D3 and magnesium together. They work best as partners. For most seniors, aim for 1,000 to 2,000 INS-U of D3 daily and 200 to 400 milligrams of magnesium, preferably in the form of magnesium glycinate or citrate, not oxide. Always take them with food in the morning, when absorption is strongest and energy needs are highest. And if you also take calcium, make sure it's in moderation, about 500 milligrams per meal, and only when D3 and magnesium are present to guide it into your bones. You'll notice the difference not just in your bones, but in your sleep, your mood, and even your energy. Muscle cramps fade, your legs feel lighter, your heart beats more calmly, and that's because your body is no longer fighting deficiency. It's finally working in rhythm again. Think of vitamin D3 and magnesium as the body's internal sunrise, two nutrients that quietly wake up every cell, reminding it how to move, breathe, and rest with balance and grace. Because after 60, good health isn't about how much strength you still have. It's about how well your body works together. And these two simple vitamins help bring that harmony back. Number 2. Vitamin B12, the memory and energy protector. If you often feel tired no matter how much you rest, or if you've started forgetting small things, like where you left your glasses or the name of a neighbor you've known for years, your body may be trying to tell you something deeper. It's not just age. It might be a quiet deficiency in one of the most important nutrients for the aging brain, vitamin B12. B12 is like your body's spark plug. It fuels every nerve cell, keeps your brain sharp, and helps your red blood cells carry oxygen efficiently. Without enough of it, your entire system starts to slow down, not suddenly, but gradually, in ways that feel subtle at first. You may notice tingling in your hands or feet, slower thinking, or mood changes that seem to come from nowhere. And over time, that mild fatigue can turn into persistent weakness, poor balance, or even depression. Here's the part most people don't realize. After 60, your body absorbs far less B12 from food than it used to. That's because the stomach gradually produces less hydrochloric acid and intrinsic factor, two things needed to separate B12 from protein and carry it into your bloodstream. So even if you're eating well, your body may be absorbing only a fraction of what it once did. A 2020 study in the Journal of Geriatric Medicine found that nearly 1 in 4 adults over 60 in the U.S. had measurable B12 deficiency, even though most believed their diet was healthy. And those with the lowest levels showed slower cognitive speed, weaker memory, and more frequent fatigue. Low B12 doesn't just affect your brain, it affects your heart and circulation too. When your body runs short, levels of homocysteine, a harmful amino acid, begin to rise. Elevated homocysteine is a major risk factor for stroke, dementia, and heart disease. B12, along with folate, and B6, helps neutralize it, protecting your arteries and improving blood flow to the brain. So how can you protect yourself? Choose the methylcobalamin form of B12. It's the most active and easily absorbed, especially for seniors. Take it under the tongue, sublingual, or as a dissolvable tablet to bypass the stomach and go directly into the bloodstream. Aim for 500 to 1,000 micrograms daily, depending on your needs and doctor's advice. If you're vegetarian or take acid-reducing medication, you may need slightly higher doses. And here's a simple way to tell if your B12 is working. Within a few weeks, you should feel steadier energy, better focus, and a lighter mood. Your legs might feel stronger, your hands warmer, and your mind clearer because your nerves are finally getting the nourishment they've been waiting for. Think of B12 as your brain's daily battery. Without it, everything slows down. With it, your body and your spirit come back online. Because after 60, energy isn't just about sleep or food. It's about the silent vitamins that keep your mind awake, your heart beating smoothly, and your memories alive. And among them, none is more vital than B12, your lifelong ally for clarity, strength, and calm. Number 3. CoQ10, the heart's natural battery. If your energy seems to fade no matter how much you rest, or if simple activities like climbing stairs or walking across the yard leave you winded, your body might not be running out of willpower. It's running out of cellular energy. And one of the most important nutrients behind that energy is coenzyme Q10, better known as CoQ10, the natural battery inside every one of your cells. CoQ10 is what allows your heart and muscles to convert oxygen and nutrients into usable power. Think of it like the spark inside your body's engine, the tiny molecule that keeps every heartbeat, every breath, and every movement alive. But here's the problem. As you age, your CoQ10 levels drop sharply. By age 60, most people have lost nearly 50% of their natural supply. And if you take statin medications like Lipitor, Crestor, or Zocor, that number can fall even lower because these drugs block the same pathway your body uses to produce both cholesterol and CoQ10. That's why so many older adults on statins complain about fatigue, shortness of breath, or muscle pain, not realizing it's not the heart that's failing, it's the cells inside it running low on their most important fuel. A 2018 study in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology found that supplementing with 100 to 200 milligrams of CoQ10 daily significantly improved heart function, energy levels, and muscle recovery in older adults taking statins. Participants reported better endurance, less muscle stiffness, and even improved sleep because their hearts were finally producing energy efficiently again. But the benefits go beyond the heart. CoQ10 also protects your brain and nerves from oxidative stress, one of the key factors in age-related memory loss. It helps lower inflammation throughout the body, supports kidney function, and boosts mitochondrial health, the process your body uses to turn nutrients into energy. That's why many doctors now refer to CoQ10 as a whole-body rejuvenator. Here's how to use it safely and effectively. Choose ubiquinol, the active form of CoQ10 that's easier for seniors to absorb. Take it with a meal that contains healthy fat like olive oil, avocado, or salmon. Fat helps your body absorb it. Aim for 100 to 200 milligrams daily if you take statins, or 50 to 100 milligrams for general support. For maximum heart benefits, combine it with omega-3 and vitamin D3, which enhance its anti-inflammatory effects. Within a few weeks, you may notice your energy returning, walking feels lighter, your breathing steadier, and your heart calmer. It's not a stimulant. It doesn't force your body to do more. It simply restores what time and medication have taken away. Your heart beats over 100,000 times a day. Every one of those beats requires energy, not just from food, but from CoQ10. And when your body has enough, every cell in you starts to feel alive again. Because real vitality isn't about feeling young. It's about keeping your cells powered and your spirit strong, no matter your age. And CoQ10 does exactly that, quietly, faithfully, one heartbeat at a time. Number 4. Omega-3, the anti-inflammatory lifeline. If there's one nutrient that truly defines graceful aging, it's omega-3. It's not just another supplement, it's a lifeline for your heart, brain, and joints, helping your entire body stay calm, flexible, and strong long after 60. Your body can't make omega-3 on its own. That means every cell, from your arteries to your brain, depends on you to bring it in through food or supplements. And when it's missing, the difference isn't subtle. Your joints ache more, your memory feels foggier, your heartbeat gets more irregular, and chronic inflammation quietly builds, slowly wearing down your most vital systems. Here's what makes omega-3 so special. It's made up of two essential fatty acids, EPA and DHA. EPA is your body's natural anti-inflammatory. It soothes swollen joints, calms blood vessels, and reduces the kind of silent inflammation that leads to heart disease. DHA, on the other hand, feeds your brain and eyes, keeping neurons flexible and communication clear. Together, they're like oil for your body's engine, keeping every system running smoothly and quietly. A 2019 meta-analysis published in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that adults who consumed at least 1 gram of combined EPA and DHA had a 13% lower risk of heart attack and a 10% lower risk of stroke. Even more impressive, seniors who maintained high omega-3 levels showed better cognitive performance and slower memory decline over a 10-year period compared to those who didn't supplement. But not all omega-3s are created equal. Many people buy cheap fish oil capsules that have been overheated, oxidized, or sourced from large fish contaminated with mercury. Those products do more harm than good. Here's how to do it right. Choose small fish sources such as anchovies, sardines, or mackerel. They're lower in mercury and richer in pure omega-3s. If you're vegetarian, look for algae-based omega-3 oils. They provide DHA and EPA without any fish at all. Take 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams daily, preferably with meals that contain fat for better absorption. Store your capsules in a cool, dark place. Omega-3s are fragile and easily damaged by heat and light. And if you're on blood thinners or heart medication, talk with your doctor first, not because omega-3 is unsafe, but because it's powerful enough to improve circulation on its own. The benefits go far beyond your heart. People who take omega-3 regularly often report fewer joint pains, less stiffness in the morning, and calmer moods. That's because these fatty acids actually turn off the body's chronic stress response, letting tissues heal instead of inflame. They also keep your blood less sticky, allowing oxygen to flow freely to your brain and muscles. One reason many older adults notice more focus and lighter legs after just a few weeks. Think of omega-3 as the oil that keeps your inner machinery running, not too tight, not too tense, but in perfect rhythm. Because after 60, aging gracefully isn't about fighting time. It's about keeping inflammation low and energy high. And nothing does that better than omega-3, your daily lifeline to a calmer heart, a clearer mind, and a stronger body that's still ready for every new day. So now you know, not every vitamin labeled healthy truly helps your body after 60. Some, like high-dose K2 or B6, can quietly harm your blood or nerves. Others, like synthetic folic acid or calcium carbonate, can build up where they don't belong, clogging arteries, straining kidneys, and making you feel more tired instead of stronger. But the good news is this: your body still knows how to heal. It just needs the right support. When you give it nutrients that work with age instead of against it, like vitamin D3 with magnesium, B12, CoQ10, and omega-3, everything begins to come back into balance. Your heart beats steadier, your mind feels clearer, your energy no longer fades halfway through the day. Because healthy aging isn't about taking more supplements, it's about taking smarter ones. Ones that restore instead of overwhelm. Ones that build strength quietly from the inside out. If this video helped you understand your vitamins a little better, please give it a like. It helps more seniors discover the truth about healthy living and avoid the mistakes that quietly steal their vitality. Share it with a friend or family member who takes daily vitamins but might not realize which ones are truly helping and which ones are hurting. And don't forget to subscribe to Senior Healthcare, where each week I share science-based, heart-centered guidance to help you live longer, stronger, and with more confidence at every age. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, and I want to leave you with this thought. After 60, your body isn't failing, it's asking for understanding. Give it the care it deserves, the nutrients it truly needs, and it will thank you with clarity, strength, and peace in every new day. Because good health isn't about chasing youth, it's about protecting the wisdom, balance, and energy you've earned, one smart choice at a time.